And welcome to the Celtics Spotlight here on the Carlow Sports Network. I am Sean Meyers, joined by a sophomore for the volleyball team, Katie Tarasovich. And Katie, you are the very first interview that we're doing virtually here in 2020. That's kind of a sign of the times, but thank you so much for doing this today. Let's talk about how this season has gone. There's been about a month that has passed since the start of the 2020 campaign. Individually, how have you evaluated your play to this point?
I would say pretty good. Definitely some good games, definitely some average games. But yeah, I don't know. I think overall pretty good.
You're an interesting story because you're an outside hitter, but you're only about 5'6", so that's a lot shorter than many of the other players at that position. How do you compensate for that?
I just normally just play smarter, not harder, really. I don't know. I don't go up and swing as hard as I can every time, like how normally taller people would. I just have to see what's open and just put it there, put it down. Just smarter, not harder, really.
You also have a great ability to dig the volleyball. You're amongst the team leaders in that category. How have you developed that skill over your career?
I played all the way around in high school as well. So just practice 4 years in high school and just keeps going.
I know last year, your freshman year, you had a very promising campaign. Unfortunately, it was cut a bit short. You had an injury late in the season. How did you handle that setback?
I couldn't get too mad at myself. I just knew it was what it was, really. And I just had to take care of myself to get back in shape for next season.
How long did it take until you felt like you were back to about 100%?
It's a good question. This season, I don't even I honestly sometimes forget that I had a broken foot.
That's probably a good thing.
But I remember in the spring season, since we only practiced once a week, there'd be here and there practicing where I would just feel a little bit unbalanced whenever I would go to hit, But I don't know. I don't know how long it would be though.
Well, it's great to hear that you're back 100% now, certainly for this season. And this season has been a good one for the team because in 2019, Carlow was winless in the River States Conference. You've already won 2 conference matches. How important was that for this program?
It was definitely confidence-wise, we really needed it. We were really down, honestly, coming from last season. It was we needed those wins, honestly, just for confidence reasons.
Heading into this season, what team goals and what individual goals did you set?
For team goals, it was energy, keeping our energy up the whole time. And honestly, we've really kept that up. Individual goal, it pretty much changes every game. Sometimes whenever we have those team meetings before games, coach will always ask us what's our goal. It'll normally vary between either keeping up my own energy, my serve receive, or just something along the lines of hitting for individual goals.
There's been a big group of freshmen that have already played a key role in this year's team. What has impressed you about those players?
Every single one of them is just a strong player. They're all mentally tough. They all know where to put the ball at all times. They're just really smart overall.
I'd mentioned at the onset you're now a sophomore at Carlow, but take us back to before you even became a freshman. What led to your decision to attend Carlow University?
It would probably be the nursing program overall.
I think you probably answered this. What is your major and what would be an ideal future profession for you?
I am a nursing major and probably something at the Children's Hospital.
Obviously, we are doing this virtually today. There's been a lot of quarantining for people, whether they be athletes at Carlow or just regular students. How have you kept busy during quarantine?
Well, this quarantine that we just started as a team, I've just been watching a lot of TV constantly.
And anything in particular?
The Food Network.
Okay, there
Guy
you go.
Fieri.
Do you have any culinary abilities? Are you learning anything from watching the Food Network?
No.
Not at all. Okay, we're in the same boat then. I can make mac and cheese, and that's about as far as I can go. You attended Our Lady of the Sacred Heart in high school. What was your fondest memory there?
Definitely the whole volleyball program overall. We went to Whippy's, which we were like the first team, I think, in history to go to Whippy's, like a full team. Like they had like people for bowling before go to Whippy's, but those were like individual people. That like we were the first team and first female team to go. We were runner up, but we still made history there.
Which team was your biggest rival back in high school?
The school, Bishop Canavan.
And you have some teammates now at Carlow who were at Bishop Canavan, right?
Yep. They're just another private school like in the same area, relatively the same area. So they're just close.
Did you play any sports other than volleyball?
In high school now.
Okay. How about growing up?
Did soccer, cross country. I think softball at one point.
That didn't leave a lasting memory, it seems, though. Do you have any pre-match rituals or superstitions?
No.
None. Okay. Is that something that do a lot of your teammates have anything in particular?
I think my teammates do, but I don't know. I don't really believe in that. I just kind of go play and don't worry about really anything.
Okay, while you're playing volleyball, whether it be a match, whether it be practice, whatever, do you go with the water? Do you do a sports drink or something else?
Water.
Okay. Can't get enough of the water, huh? If you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, and I know you said you probably can't make it, but what would you choose?
I would definitely choose Chick-fil-A.
Okay. Anything in particular from there?
Their salads are amazing. They're just the chicken sandwich, their nuggets, their sauces, just like any of it. I could eat any of it for the rest of my life.
Final thing for you. If you woke up tomorrow with $1 million, I'm sure you'd be pretty happy. What would be the first thing you would do with the money? And don't say go to Chick-fil-A because you already answered that.
If I woke up with $1 million, I would probably move to the beach.
Any beach would do?
Yeah. Probably like South Carolina or like Florida.
Gotcha. That would be a pretty good life, I would say.
Yeah.
Well, we'll keep our fingers crossed that it happens, but in the meantime, good job with your start to the volleyball campaign. Keep it up the rest of the way.
All right, thank you.
Katie Tarasovich, a sophomore for the Celtics women's volleyball team here on the Celtics Spotlight.